Alright, enough faffing about. It's time to give the people what they truly want, and that's guides on disease and tree petrification. And the amount of requests I've gotten for both over just the past couple of days is absolutely astonishing. However, for months, people have been begging me for these topics, so I guess it is just finally time to bite the bullet. Which is fine by me, however, you guys have got to accept something. This video is gonna be heavy commentary, as actually getting the game to do what is needed for this guide is near impossible. As yes, disease is about as close to random that something that isn't random can actually get. Allow me to explain. And it all first stems from the relocation of resources. And we are talking grass tufts, saplings, which I'm pretty sure include the Lunar Island saplings, mind you, both types of berry bushes, and even the stone fruit bushes from, again, the Lunar Island. Folk believe that twiggy trees are capable of disease as well, considering how they too can be relocated, but that is false. Only the resources shown and mentioned here are vulnerable to the sickness. So let's say you've gone and replanted all that crap in order to make base all nice and self-efficient. Good on you. But the moment any of these resources are planted, a long timer begins. 30 to 70 days to be exact, although that ain't exactly exact. But somewhere between that 30 to 70 days, a dice roll will occur, and each replanted resource will have a 10% chance to become diseased. That being said, however, it will still take up to 6 days for the actual disease process to begin following that chance. They don't instantly become sick. So, with this in mind, this is your window of warning. So here's a tip. Pay attention to your survivors when picking resources well into the late game, as they will say things like, yuck, or that plant doesn't look so good, while actually harvesting the stuff. However, you may even spot a puff of flies emitting from the plants too. So contrary to what many believe, there are disease indicators, but they are just so slight you have to remain vigilant. And honestly, the reason why disease is so difficult to capture is that when that 10% dice roll actually fails, the entire 30 to 70 day timer restarts completely. So yes, again, with this in mind, it's obvious that the more relocated resources you have, the greater the risk. Even still, it's entirely possible to go hundreds of days with no issue. But if and when it does occur, you best dig up the almost or completely diseased plant as soon as possible, as the disease will spread to any replanted crop in 1.5 to 2.5 days tops. And if you aren't at base or aren't paying attention, you may end up losing everything. So, the real question, how do we actually fight disease? And you have 3 options, folks. Leave everything where they are and be hopeful in your ability to spot a diseased plant or two in order to dig them up specifically to save all of your plants. Therefore, just resetting the timers on very specific crops every now and then. But with that in mind, we can venture into the extreme and then dig up and replant everything every 30 odd days to manually reset every timer for every crop per se. But by golly, that is just way too much. Who in their right mind would do that? So I'm gonna suggest you do something that I never ever do in any guide ever. Turn the dang setting for disease off in world generation. Yup. It could be just that simple, folks. And I also just realized that I could have put the disease time as faster in the world settings to truly showcase it in-game, but I digress. Here's the point of the video. Disease is utterly pointless, everyone. It is a pointless mechanic in this game, and we gain or lose nothing by having it on or not. Seriously. All you get is rot and unusable resources that just hurt the game experience, and it all comes from a random dice roll out of your control and completely out of the blue. It's dumb. Just turn it off. Or, if that goes against your sensibilities, or again, if your worlds are already in full swing, then you gotta at least remember to dig up whatever is close to or already diseased to reset the timers and save your crops. There is no miracle cure here, everybody. That is the only way to fight disease. And it's why I waited so long to make this video, because I knew this is how it was gonna go down. But thankfully, tree petrification is way more interesting. So expect something on that soon enough. But thanks for watching, folks, and thanks for bearing with me for a very unconventional guide for this channel and this game, because I really didn't guide you through anything. But I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.